If our work no longer requires us to be in particular places at particular times, then a lot of possibilities suddenly open up. Being able to work remotely and make connections in new ways means that many businesses are heading out of big urban centres. And rural locations are starting to see major new opportunities. Rural co-working hubs are spaces in which new mixes of people and ideas are coming together. They're uniquely flexible. They have the potential to be built as much around social and community networks as they are around business. While digital freelance contractors have been popping up in the countryside for some time, the pandemic has created a huge change in dynamics. Many employees of established companies now find that they no longer need to commute to work on a regular basis and are able to live rurally while successfully continuing on their career paths. And while many of them love their new countryside homes, they may not wish to be isolated within them. This means that many companies are beginning to look at the possibilities of renting space for their employees in co-working setups. A whole set of barriers is being broken down in these spaces. Rural entrepreneurs can make connections with established business networks, as can freelancers, with new opportunities and benefits for all involved. Co-working spaces don't work though if they're just motels for desks. Access to the focus of quiet office space is of course important, but the setup needs to be all about the mix. Meeting rooms and spaces for video calling are vital, along with communal areas for people to share ideas, experience, and offer a potential antidote to the isolation of remote working. There are clear differences emerging between co-working spaces in different types of rural location. In commuter belt areas, co-working spaces are usually set up by entrepreneurs, often making use of abandoned retail space in small towns. In more remote locations, they're more likely to be community-led ventures run on a not-for-profit basis. These spaces often have a far wider scope than shared office space, providing affordable room for community groups, evening classes, space for small retail and cafes, all of which enriches the experiences of those working there. However, entrepreneur and community-led spaces don't need to evolve separately. Some are already forming links with one another, and these partnerships allow both types to benefit from each other's expertise. For rural co-working spaces to remain viable, most need to be able to cultivate multiple income streams. And the benefits aren't restricted to co-working operators and their users. Many actively promote links to local businesses and use local suppliers as much as possible. Rural co-working is creating vital new pathways to economic regeneration. And more than that, it opens up exciting new ways of working, of sharing, and of creating community.